Welcome back to Mustache Moto. It's Ben. Today we're going to talk about the DR650 I picked up a month ago. So I've been doing a lot of work on it, and let's talk about what I've done and whether or not it was a good deal. So if you remember, I paid $1,400 for the bike. It wasn't running, although I got it home and it started up, ran really rough. And then the next morning when I went to change the oil in it, I ended up finding 2 gallons of gas in the crankcase. So clearly something was wrong. Had to fix the carb for that. But I had a lot of other things that I found on the bike that I've been working on. Before we get into that, let me talk to you about a few of the cool things on the bike that I found that make me think it probably is a pretty good deal. So let's start off in the front. It's got an LED headlight, aftermarket headlight. That's pretty cool. It's got a vapor computer on it, speedometer and computer. That's aftermarket. That's nice. It's got a little dashboard here with 2 power outlets that are switched. We've got the big 5.5 gallon tank, so I can go some distance on the bike. It's got bark busters. It's got a nice skid plate underneath, and it's got a seat concepts, really comfortable seat that I'm sitting on now. Real happy with that. It's got some racks and things that came with it that weren't attached. Let's see, and it's got a lithium-ion battery underneath, so saves some weight on the bike, and the battery's super strong. So pretty cool little extras on the bike, but obviously it had been neglected and it wasn't running so well, so I had to jump in and do a bunch of things. So let's see what we did. The clutch was slipping in 4th and 5th gear a little bit, so I went ahead and changed that out. $134 for the clutch, $14 for the gasket. The front sprocket, counter sprocket, was shot and the chain was iffy, so I went ahead and replaced the sprockets and chain for $129. Front master cylinder was all rusty and it wasn't releasing very well, so that was 16 bucks for a new one. Can't believe how cheap that was. And then brake fluid was $7. Fork seals, the front left fork was leaking, so I replaced those. That was $33. And another 16 for the oil. Went ahead and put fork boots on it to protect those. Those were $31. Front wheel bearing was shot. The rear wheel bearings were on the way out, so I went ahead and replaced all of those. Front wheel bearings were $16. Rear wheel bearings were $24. Obviously, new oil filter and oil after that gas cleaned everything out. $12 for the oil, $12 for the filter, $15 for the oil. The carb rebuild kit with all new rubber and jets and everything was 16 bucks. 2 spark plugs for 13. A little light bulb, a couple light bulbs for in the dash here were 7. Various bolts and fasteners to reattach things that were not there on the bike, 15. I replaced one of the cigarette lighter power sockets with a USB and voltmeter. That was 18 bucks. And then I added this windshield off of AliExpress for 35. Actually does a real good job of cutting the wind. A lot less fatiguing riding on the bike. So, all told, I'm under $2,000, and I know that the majority of this bike is solid. Everything's been replaced. It's good to go. It does smoke a little bit on startup until it warms up, so the rings are probably worn, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm not losing much oil that way. And second gear, upshifting into second, if I don't really get it in there good, it'll pop out under acceleration. It's fine downshifting. Once it's in second, it's fine. I think I might be kind of just not shifting really hard, not getting it in there good, so that might be operator error. And I've seen that sometimes second gear can be a little clunky on these. So, under 2,000, it's got everything done to it I need to go off-road. Even the tires are in good shape. So, man, I'm really excited about the bike. I'm ready to get out there and try it out on the dirt. Now get out there and ride.